The following program is intended for mature audiences.
A democratic republic of sports. The Sportsocracy with ESPN Asheville hosts Tank Spencer and Jeremy Greene.
Welcome into the Wicked Weed Studios, wickedweedbrewing.com. Drink different. This is the Sportsocracy's New England Patriots 3-round mock draft. I am Jeremy Greene of ESPN Radio. This is Brian Haynes, and we'll be breaking down my mock draft of the first 3 rounds of the 2021 NFL Draft for the New England Patriots. Be sure to click the little beer icon in the bottom right-hand corner to subscribe to this channel so you'll know every time we go live, weekdays, 9 a.m. right here in the Sportsocracy. And you'll know when we go live on draft night. Every pick live from this studio, live analysis. Podcasters from all over the country breaking down the action of the night as it unfolds. Brian, the New England Patriots have been very active this offseason, adding talent to make this a competitive team again for Bill Belichick. How do you feel about what they've done in the offseason? What do you think they need to address in the draft?
Well, I mean, we the Patriots have got to get a quarterback. I don't think Cam Newton is the answer for the future or this year or any time. Kendrick Bourne, Nelson Aguilar, not necessarily the wide receivers of the future that I would pick as well. They did get Hunter Henry. They did get Jonnu Smith. They got 2 talented tight ends. We know that has worked in New England in the past. I love the fact that they brought Kyle Van Noy back. I love the fact that they re-signed Dave Andrews. They're going to get a couple of their opt-outs back. This team is, Bill Belichick said, I don't want to be 7-9 or 7-10 or 9-8, whatever they're going to be. But to be honest with you, I'm not sure that they're going to get past that. So they do need some help on the defensive line, linebacker, wide receivers, and quarterback is something that I'm not sure they're going to be able to get there at 15.
I've famously said, I don't care what you put around Cam Newton, as long as that's your starting quarterback, you're going to be no better than you were last year. That being said, the New England Patriots originally had the 15th pick in the draft. Every time. I do it every time. I have New England trading up with the New York Giants at 11 for quarterback Justin Fields. This is a guy that I have not been super high on, and I'm going to continue to not be super high on. He's not very accurate. I think his bust rate is very high, but he does have a very high ceiling. If he's coached the right way, and I think Josh McDaniels could possibly be the guy to do that, I think he can be a very good quarterback in this league. Here's what I'll tell you he's better than right now. He's better than Cam Newton right now.
He's a dual threat quarterback. We've seen him play in big-time games. This season he did not shine in the Indiana or Northwestern game, but he played very well against Clemson. And the kid's a tough kid. He took a shot against Clemson, came back and played really well. Here's a few things. He stands in the pocket. He does really good. He's got below-average arm strength, and I think that the Ohio State offense was basically set up to get the ball to Olave and Wilson, and they basically 1 or 2 reads, and that was it. So I didn't see much of a progression that I would like to see. I've seen some deep balls where he just literally throws it from his ankles. But, the kid is the more and more that I'm watching of him, he does have some tools that need to be fixed. But given the right position, right situation, and I think Josh McDaniels could probably get the best out of him.
The thing that scares me about Justin Fields is that when in doubt, he holds the ball. He's also not good against blitzes. He turns into a deer in headlights. There's a lot to not like to me about Justin Fields. However, here's why I would like him in New England. What does New England have that's better than damn near any team in the NFL? Offensive line.
Yeah.
They have a tremendous offensive line that could give him time to throw, give him time to digest. And the one of the beauties of the New England offense is that it's all about getting the ball out of your hand.
Quick.
There were not a lot of tight window throws, not a lot of what I would call NFL throws on his tape from Ohio State. That's been my knock. Again, he's better than Cam Newton right now. Mm-hmm. With their second-round pick, the 46th pick overall, I have them taking a guy I know pretty well as someone that works for the North Carolina Radio Network, De'Ami Brown, wide receiver from North Carolina. This is a guy that I'm really fond of. The numbers are not going to jump off the page at you. Okay. He had 2,000 yard receiving seasons at Carolina, both with Sam Howell. This is a guy that reminds me of Sterling Shepard.
Right. I like the comparison there.
I don't necessarily, the route tree at Carolina is not huge because it's very much a spread offense. Mm-hmm. So this is a guy that's going to have to be taught to play the game. However, he's a guy that can get open, very good at getting a release off the line of scrimmage. The knock on him is he ran a lot of verts.
Yeah.
You know what New England doesn't have a lot of? Guys that can beat you over the top. Mm-hmm. And that would be one of the things I love about De'Ami Brown.
Yeah, he's got excellent ball tracking skills, and he is a 100% home run threat. I mean, he's got the speed, agility to get out there. He needs to become a better route runner, but he does have a long body, and he's got a really good reach, being 6'1". So I think this is, there's a lot of those second-tier wide receivers in this draft. I have him in that middle of the pack round. I think this is going to be, this would be a good pick right here.
At 6'1", at 185, I think he could be ideal in the Belichick scheme because this is a guy that can get himself open. I could see him being, running the rub routes, being the slot guy that gets the ball in his hands and just see where he goes.
Yep.
With their third-round pick, I have them taking Tyler Shelvin, from LSU, one of the few true nose tackles in this draft. Brian, how do you feel about Tyler Shelvin?
He is a giant human being, 6'2", 350 pounds. He just eats up blocks. Excuse me. He's very powerful, and he's a weight room freak. If you've seen what he's done, you can Google it. There's some crazy videos out there of what he's lifting out there. He's got good technique. He's going to allow the linebackers to do stuff. He's going to get in there. Your linebacker's favorite friend is one of these nose tackles that just eats up blocks. And I think this guy has an opportunity to do it. Conditioning has been an issue. At that size, it's hard for him to have that motor to play all the snaps. And he's slow getting off of the blocks to tackle on the run.
This is going to be one of those comparisons that I'm going to live or die by. Mm-hmm. I honestly think this is a Vince Wilfork type player in the NFL. If strength and conditioning has worked out, he's going to have to really hit the weight room. I do not know what he looks like right now since he didn't play in 2020. A high-level strength and conditioning program for him is going to be huge. You're going to have to get him in the weight room. But he is a force against the run. The biggest thing with him is he could eat himself out of the league. Mm-hmm. And Terrence Cody. I thought Terrence Cody could be a very good player in the NFL. He ate himself out of the league. He's not much of a pass rusher. I think that can be taught. Mm-hmm. It all comes back to the weight room. Mm-hmm. If he winds up in New England and they can get this kid in the weight room, he can keep his weight in that 340 to 350 range, add good muscle, take away bad fat. I think this could be one of the best picks in the draft. And as a Jets fan, a little part of me died saying that.
Yeah.
Live from the Wicked Weed studio, he's Brian Haynes. I'm Jeremy Greene. We're live every weekday morning in the Sportsocracy. Make sure to click the little beer logo in the bottom right-hand corner so you know every time we go live. This, as every show from the Sportsocracy, brought to you by Wicked Weed Brewing, wickedweedbrewing.com. Drink different.